Hi everyone, I wanted to show you my Happy Planner bag setup. When I did my planner bag comparison video, I told you that this was 3.5 inches for the depth. However, it expands to about 7 inches. I completely stuffed my things, so it can double in size, and it is jam-packed full of stickers, pens, and washi. I don't ever plan or decorate on the go. Even when I go on vacation, I don't ever take any supplies with me. So this bag just stays in my living area and never leaves the house. I've actually never had a planner bag before. And I have this dilemma of wanting to just be surrounded by my entire stash of supplies versus focusing on using up my least favorite ones. So I combine that into this bag. So everything that I need and want is at my fingertips. Well, let's go ahead and show you what's in here. So on the very left, this is where one of my Happy Planner stickers are, my books. And I showed you this, I did do a video on how I made these. I'm going to flip through these again just because who doesn't love to look at stickers? Let me get that in frame a little bit. So these are all of the stickers, the planner basics that she has come out with in the last 1.5 years. Since you last saw this, I did add another full page of the sticky notes with the tabs, and I reinforced those with packing tape. This is now completely full. I'm not going to be able to get anything more in here. The cover is just now starting to pop up a little bit, but as you can see, it's completely beautiful. I love the stickers so much. And they are in 3 separate sections by how she released them. So she does releases in about June, and then she also does one towards the end of the year. So here is the second section I'm still on. I'm flipping through this pretty quickly. Here is the newest sticky notes that I bought. And then this one is, these are the newest releases, including that washi book right there. These are the, I think she calls these the pastels. This is the rose gold ones. Then the black and the gold. The rainbow. And then, I think she just calls those the colorful. Last washi book, and then the last sticky notes there. So as you can see, that fits perfectly in here. Then in these 2 plastic pockets, the first one I have a bunch of pens and a ruler. I'm actually going to show you all of this because I'm a person, I like details, and I like everybody to show everything. I just have some whiteout correction tape in there. This is my palette knife that I use to cut some washi tape. Let's just dump that so we can go faster. Then I just have a 6-inch ruler. The 12-inch didn't fit in there, so that was kind of a bummer. And then for glues, I have my smash pens that are the pen on one side and then glue on the other ones. I actually really like these pens, and this whole section right here are pens that I really am trying to use up. If you've seen my planner goals for the year, I really like these pens. However, the glue is starting to dry up, so that's why they're in this section. And then for my other glue, I just have a repositionable glue stick. And then I've got one more glue, and that is this, which is the Hobonichi glue pen. It's kind of like a roller ball gel pen tip, but it's just the glue for just that tiny bit of stickers sometimes. And then I've turned into a tweezer girl. I always used to think, why in the world do people have tweezers? That's a little over dramatic. However, I like to use those 1/8 inch transparent Asian stickers. So really that's the only reason why I have tweezers in there. This came from a first aid kit that they're plastic. There's no way I would use that for first aid. So that works perfectly in my planner bag. And then all of these pens I'm trying to use up this year, except for that one. I'll get to that in a second. So here are the souffles. I have a couple other ones that are in some of my planners. These are, I really don't like these pens. They're pretty inconsistent as far as the ink is concerned, and they glob, but I am using those up. Then I have, this is just a Target metallic pen marker. The silver one of this, it came in a 2-pack, the silver one dried up before I could even use it. And then this is my, I think my last pen of the Right Dudes gel. And some Uniball Deluxe Micros. There's another Right Dudes. And then my 2 double-sided Sharpies. These are absolute favorites. These are genius. I just completely love these. So I really don't use anything other than blue and black in my planner. So this is the fine point and the extra fine point, and that's really all I need. And then I've got some flares, the liquid flares. I like the pens. They're just like normal kinds of flares. However, the liquid ones, I've had a terrible trouble with all of the pen lids. I think it's 5 out of my 8. The pen lids have broken, and because this is water-based ink, they're just evaporating before I can actually kind of use them. So I wouldn't buy those again either. So those are like my 4 probably least favorite brands of pens that I'm trying to use. And then this one is just one of those Bic 4 color. This is a very nostalgic pen for me. This is what got me through college. I always had more than 4 classes, but I had labs and clinicals, so this was perfect for me. This one, the black and the blue are already gone, and so I just have the red and the green that I need to use up. This is the orange barrels, the fine point. The blue is the medium point. And then last but not least for my pens, this is a vanishing point, which is my absolute favorite, that capless line from Pilot. This is in there. I'm originally from Kansas. I grew up there, and that's the land of sunflowers and corn. And so I was looking for a really nice golden yellow type of pen to just reflect my upbringing, and this is not it. This is really, it's actually showing up even a nicer yellow than it really is in real life. In real life, it's just this putrid mustard color. So I don't really like this color, but love the pen. But it's in here because sometimes I die a little bit inside every time I have to use some of those favorite or least favorite pens. And so I just need a breather. And so I get out my fountain pen there. Then in my other one, as you can see, I've just got my undo for stickers. If I need to take those off, genius product there. And then I have just some washi tape. I think I have 10 rolls in here. So you could probably get at least 20 rolls in here if you just have washi tape. And then I just have this, or use this as functional stickers. I have a video on that, as how to use washi as functional stickers. So just reflecting like money and my friends and family, some gardening, laundry, weather, that kind of thing. So those are my ones that I use the most. So that's the very first section. Then let's go to the next section. And in this one, I have just a photo box, and this is full of a bunch of colored stickers, as you can see. And I originally, or these were the original stickers when I first got into more of starting the decorative types of planning. And I have these divided up by color. I cut these all up and just divided them up by color. This is what I was using in my Happy Planner when I was using that for my family schedule. I've used up at least half of these already, so I'm really proud about that. And I've got a little bit more. I want to use these up by the end of the year. And then I have the Happy Planner, the elastic pen pouch, I guess is what they call that. I'll link this below if you haven't seen this. I really love the design of this. I originally bought it to go around my day designer. However, it was about 1 inch too big, and so it didn't work for that. And so that's why it ended up in here. And in here I have my 8 color wet erase markers from Zebra that I've talked about. And then some sticky notes that I'm currently trying to use. When I started the year, I had 3 pouches of sticky notes that I wanted to use up, and I'm only down to 1. So I'm happy about that also, but these are the ones that I currently want to use for this month, and that will rotate in and out. I also have a Martha Stewart disc notepad right here that I am using for some notes in my planner. And then last but not least, I've got just one of the new releases. I think this is part of the rainbow collection. I forget what she calls it, but it's kind of a psychedelic or rainbow kind of foil there. And I just have those in here for when I am running out of my other sticky notes. And then in this half elastic pocket right here, I have my expanding envelope. I forget what you call this, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a coupon organizer or whatever you want to use. And this is an old one from Target. I think it was last year, but I love this because it was mint and the dots, and it kind of matched this mint right here. So stripes and dots, perfect combination, right? And then I have in here a whole bunch of stickers. Again, some that I want to use up and others that are just my favorites, but they're all right here. And I kind of just tried to take one of each and put them in here. I do have them organized. The very first is seasonal, so these will rotate in and out. So right now I've just got some summer ones and some patriotic ones in there. And I ended up using Avery. I think these are 1 1/4 inch circles because I didn't have any more of the other labels. And then, so I've got the Avery colored labels right here that I use on a regular basis. And then these are some calendar stickers, just those basic ones that I like to use. Some ones from the Dollar Tree right there. I do have these in general in alphabetical order. Then I've got some emojis right there, that pack. And then this is just kind of like the kids, family, and school section. Here's just some random labels. These are all of the stickers from Michaels. I'm going to take these out because I really like these. So just those ones. There's some of them are Recollections brand, and some of them are the Creative Year line, that new planner line that they have. So these are those right there. So I have just one of each, like I said, and then these are some other ones. I think these are just Recollections brand. They're not part of the planner line that they came out with. And then these, they have some really great ones back in there. They're either something like $1 to $3 stickers. So those are the most recent ones that I got. Okay, let's put these back. And then I have Mrs. Grossman stickers. So I just have one of each in here. I really like these. These are the kind of stickers I think people have used these since they were children. So there's my money stickers in the back that I use all the time. This next section is stickabilities. I've only been able to find these at my Hobby Lobby. Sorry, you probably can't see these because these are all transparent stickers. This is a cute family one, some gardening. There's my pineapples. I gotta have some pineapples. Some medical, hexagons, stars, another medical, and some camping. And then these, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you all these. These are my teacher supply stickers, and I just have, again, one of each of those. I like these because they're only about $3, and you end up getting just almost like 1,000 stickers for each of the packs. So they're really good for those icons that you use in your planner. So there's those. And I actually have one more section of those because they either come in 2 different sizes, kind of more this squarish size, and then they have a rectangle size back here. So yeah, this is completely stuffed. So I really love this brand. If I have to pick a brand of the teacher supply stickers, I probably would pick this Trend. As you can see, they're kind of consistent with their shapes and just got a lot of really great choices. So you probably recognize some of these. I've used these in my planner. So there's those. Let's see. And what do I have left? Oh, Target. The last one is just the Target. And these are just the dollar ones that I've bought over the years. So there's some, and I usually only buy these stickers when it's back to school, because that's really all I need. I don't like a lot of the Target dollar stuff. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. And then last but not least, let me go on this side. I've got my last Happy Planner sticker book. And since you last saw this one, I was able to find the 3rd book out of the value packs. I'm still waiting for the last one. So let's do a quick flip through here. So this one is I think she just calls this one the Planner Basics one. So cute. I just love the little sayings and of course the functional ones. And I'm still waiting for the 3rd one. It's the purple pack. I think that's the most elusive one. And then I just have these divided by those plastic dividers. This is the seasonal one. I usually don't have a problem turning the pages, but I'm trying to go so fast that I do this time. So spring. I just love to look at these. I am a sticker crazy person. Okay, here's the last one. This is the newest one. These are the weekly kits, which are so, so pretty. I don't really use these full boxes that much, but I am gonna, I think, just cut them up into strips, kind of more like event stickers instead of the large ones that will cover up boxes, because unless you have the Happy Planner, these are gonna be too big. And we're almost done. And there it is. So that's a beautiful size. So I'm just waiting for the last value pack on that one. I did end up weighing my bag, and it was 8 pounds, you guys. I know, it's crazy. So I have a Bouncing Baby planner bag now. I love it. Everything is condensed. I can see and use and concentrate on using all of these supplies. So it's working out great. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.